Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be installing the Velossa Big Mouth Snorkel on the Focus ST. So the piece goes right through the front grille right here. So let's go take a look at what I have. So here's the packaging that the Big Mouth Snorkel came in. So obviously since it's a big mouth, it has to come in a big box because it's a pretty gigantic piece. So look how huge this is. I'm just kidding. That's not the box that it came in. I just wanted to pull it out of a box still. So this should say Gen 3 Velossa Big Mouth. So this is the Snorkel from Velossa. I went with the gloss orange finish at the end to match my ST badges and the Ford overlays I have on the car. All right, so the hardware that was included for this, it's pretty simple. You have two screws, you have a long one and a short one, a couple washers, a couple nuts, and a spacer. And then the tools I need, we have a flathead screwdriver to pop off some tabs under the hood. I believe this is a 5mm Allen wrench. And then this socket with the extender. So this is a 10mm socket. All right, I'm gonna pull the car into the garage and we will get started. Alright, so the first thing that you guys need to do is remove the front grille. So just stick your fingers through the holes and start pulling a little bit so they're just tabs. So we have this air dam thing. This is called a shroud, and this is the upper shroud, this being the lower shroud down here. So the upper shroud, we need to take it out, and there's an option that Velossa will show you to cut out a rectangle right here so the snorkel can fit through. But for my car, I'm just going to remove the shroud and I'm going to keep it out. Okay, in order to remove the shroud, there's a tab back here, and then there's a tab on this side back there. So let's go ahead and remove that. All right, so I'm gonna reach up. I know you guys can't really see this, but you just kind of pull it out, and then you can yank on this, and it's detached. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is detached. So I'm gonna do the other side. The same type of thing up there. Alright, so that's detached as well. Okay, so in order to do this, I'm going to pull it down. Let's make sure it clears everything. So you just kind of have to finesse it out. Just be careful. Try not to break it. Okay, try not to break anything. All right, upper shroud out. So this is what it looks like without the shroud, and you can see where the big mouth snorkel is going. So right here, we need to remove this piece. Okay, so if you look up here, there is a tab right here that we need, well, a clip that we need to pop off. And then on the other side, if you pull this down, there's one right here as well. So we get a light in here. So can you see that? Yeah, there it is right there. So we need to pop that off. So I'm gonna try and pop both of these off with a flathead from under here. All right, let's try that. Alright, so I don't know where that went, but I think I got it off. Alright. Alright, so I got the two pieces back. I don't think they're broken, so alright, let's keep going. Alright, so, oh. Almost lost the phone there. Alright. So I just did the other side. I couldn't do it holding the camera and pulling this phone back and trying to get the clip out, so it was pretty easy. I just used a short flathead screwdriver to pop it out. I lost one of the pieces in here, but I do have this piece, so I got that piece. Well, we're going to be replacing this, so it doesn't really matter that I lost the other piece, so I have those 3 pieces. I used this tiny little flathead to pop it out, so made it pretty easy. Alright, so after we've popped the 2 tabs off, we can go ahead and just take it off. Alright, so let's see what this is going to look like. So it's going to go like right there. It's going to look like that. So there's just, there's 2 holes to line up in here. Alright, so let's go to the top and get this in here. Alright, so next is this piece. So pull this strap up. That piece is out. So this is going to give us easier access to put the screws in here. Alright, so now we're going to be putting the screws through. So I'm going to be working on the right side, my right, so driver's side. So the first screw, this is kind of a weird angle, but let me try and show you. So where I'm putting the screwdriver, that's where the long screw goes through this. And the short one goes through, it's either this one or this one. It's one of these. So I'm going to put the long screw in first. So you got to put the screw in, and then you got to put the spacer on. And then it goes through the big mouth snorkel, and then the washer, then the nut. Alright, so I'm putting the screw in through the hole. I think you can see it come through. There it is. Alright, next is the spacer. Alright, now for the big mouth. Alright, that's in there. Alright, so it is on there, so now I need to put the washer and then the nut, and then it'll be on there, and then you just gotta tighten it. Alright, so I have the nut on there, so now I need to go to the other side and put the Allen wrench in. And then use that extended socket I showed you guys earlier to tighten this up. Just gonna put this through there like that. Alright, so the next thing that goes on is the washer. Shit. Okay, so I put the washer and the nut on there, and now I'm going to tighten it a little bit. Alright guys, so I was struggling to tighten up the bolts all the way, and I didn't want to leave it kind of loose, so what I did, first thing I did was remove this piece from here. It was kind of getting in the way of this area, so I just pulled it out, super easy. The next thing I did was get this nice and loose so you could really pull and get some leverage up in there. It'll help. So to do that, you just pop off a couple tabs, and then you remove this strip right here. It's on the table. It's super easy. You just kind of pull it out. And then make sure you take off the wire. You just pull it out of the place, pull it off. And then I think there's 5 T30 Torx screws that you have to take off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then down here as well. So 1 and 1. So 7 in total with T30 torque bit. Take that off, and then you can really lift this up and get some leverage up in here. I think you can maybe see down there. So I'm gonna finish up tightening now that I have this all loose. Also, I grabbed a different Allen wrench, so this one is way longer and it's way easier to fit this back in here. All right, so need to find that screw. All right, so that's pretty tight. I don't want to over tighten it, so I think that's good. If I can get the socket off the freaking nut. There we go. Got it off. Now the other side. Okay. Alright, so I think that's good. Let's take a look down here, see how tight it is. Alright, so there's my phone right there. Screenshot, I don't know why. Okay. So let's take a look. So that's pretty, that is pretty in there. I'm shaking it pretty good, so it's pretty sturdy in there, so I'm happy with that. I think the tightening is, yep, it all looks pretty good. That side, I don't know, can you see? There it is. All right, yep, so it's all tightened up, so I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble everything. All right, install is done. I just have to put everything back. Gotta put the front grille back, and I gotta put these 7 T30 Torx screws and the tabs back in right here. All right, so I'm gonna do that really quick, and then we'll see how it looks with the grille on. Everything's tightened down. So the 7 T30 Torx, these 2 clips, and this flimsy little rubber piece all back in there. All right, so I just need to put the front grille on. Putting the front grille back in. Alright, so that's in there. Let's take a look. Oh man. This looks amazing. Amazing. Look at this diagonal of orange. Man, I love it. Alright guys, I will check back in when it is daytime like usual, because I always do these things later in the afternoon. Alright, I'll see you guys there. Alright, let's take a look at the Snorkel. That's what it looks like from the front. So I really like this diagonal of orange I got going on here. Emblem Overlays, big mouth snorkel, ST badge. I think it's come together very nicely, especially when you come this way. And we have the orange mud flaps. I'm extremely happy with how this looks. So it looks really good during the daytime, but I think during nighttime it actually looks really excellent, and it really stands out from inside the front grille there. Very happy with this. I definitely recommend anybody with a Focus ST to get a big mouth snorkel from Velossa. Just try to plan ahead with what color you want. So I'm trying to go with this contrast between the magnetic gray paint of the car and orange. I think they complement each other very well. So yeah, I really appreciate everyone watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.